Probably heard of so-called psychics using their gifts to help solve crimes. But what happens when those same claims destroy someone's life? This is the story of Ashley Guilliard, a TikToker who calls herself a psychic detective. And the woman she falsely accused of murder in front of millions of viewers. I'm Stone Rock, and tonight we're diving into the most disturbing cases of social media gone wrong. So grab your coffee, grab your energy drink, whatever you want to drink, grab a snack, and if you enjoy calling out fake paranormal nonsense like I do, then don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, ring that little bell icon. YouTube is really pushing that bell icon here lately, so all the clicks help. Drinking bottom shelf today, guys. Drinking Venom. Ugh. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's like the natty light of energy drinks. It actually doesn't taste too bad. I'm just being a big baby. In November 2022, the nation was shaken by the brutal killing of 4 University of Idaho students: Kaylee Gonclaves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin in their off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho. For weeks, police had no suspect and social media went into overdrive. True crime channels, Reddit threads, and TikTok sleuths all claimed to have solved the case before law enforcement did. But one creator stood out, a woman named Ashley Guilliard, who said she had psychically determined who the killer was. Ashley claimed she was a Harvard-educated psychic and that she could connect with the spiritual realm and that her intuition was leading her straight to the truth. Her videos weren't just theories, though. They were accusations. And the person she accused wasn't a random stranger. It was a real woman, a university professor who had absolutely nothing to do with the murders. She began posting videos in late November 2022 under the handle @AshleyGuilliard. In them, she confidently claimed that Rebecca Schofield, a professor and member of the history department at the University of Idaho, was the mastermind behind the killings. Her evidence, according to Ashley, she received the information cyclically, and she claimed that Schofield had a romantic relationship with one of the victims.
And I'm gonna start from the beginning to the end. Before you watch this video, you don't have to believe anything I say. Everything that I'm saying and most of everything that happened to the students that night and before is evidenced in the app that Rebecca Schofield used to communicate with all of her collaborators. So if there is anybody who doesn't care about spiritual wisdom or does not understand spiritual wisdom, and you have the authority to do more, to get evidence, you can, if you have the legal authority to, subpoena Rebecca Schofield's electronics. We subpoena these collaborative book apps,
which supposedly led to jealousy and murder. These weren't cryptic or symbolic readings. Ashley used names. She even said Schofield ordered the killings, described supposed motives, and even outlined imagined text messages that never existed. And at one point, she even went into some weird fanfic between this made-up killer, Jack Decor, and 2 of the female victims. At first, people thought it was just satire, but the tone in her videos made it clear. Ashley believed every word. If you lie enough, if you believe in a life hard enough, it becomes a personal truth. Just as an aside, just so people know that. It's like George Costanza says, it's not a lie if you believe it.
It's not a lie if you believe it.
So did parts of her audience. Her videos started gaining traction, hitting hundreds of thousands of views. Comments flooded in, some saying, "You're brave for exposing this," and others demanding Schofield's arrest. This wasn't intuition anymore. It was defamation blasted to millions. Federal court documents later confirmed that there was no relationship, text messages, or mentorship between Schofield and any of the victims. Judge ruled Ashley's statements were false, baseless, defamatory, and that her psychic readings do not qualify as admissible evidence. While most people could brush off online rumors, Rebecca Schofield was having a living nightmare. She had never even met the victims. But because of Ashley's viral videos, she began receiving harassment, threats, and a torrent of messages accusing her of being a murderer. In December 2022, Schofield had had enough. She hired legal counsel and filed a defamation lawsuit against Guilliard in Idaho's U.S. District Court. The court documents described Ashley's claims as false, baseless, and extremely damaging. In them, Schofield's attorneys wrote, "Professor Schofield did not comment or in any way participate in the murders of the 4 students. She had never met any of the victims and did not know them personally." But instead of backing down, Ashley doubled down. She made even more TikToks, insisting that the lawsuits were part of a cover-up. She accused Schofield of using spiritual warfare to silence her, and even claimed that her psychic abilities were being suppressed by dark forces.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient?
In one video, she looked directly at the camera and said, "The reason I know who did this is because I'm psychic. God told me."
Beep, beep. Oh my God, what's going on? Beep, 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 beep. My bullcrap meter's going crazy. Beep, 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 beep.
The court explicitly ruled that Guilliard's tarot readings and spiritual intuition cannot be treated as evidence. Her claims are found to have been made with actual malice, meaning she either knew that they were false or she was recklessly disregarding the truth. The defamation suit gained national attention, covered by outlets like NBC News, The Washington Post, and The Guardian. It quickly became clear that this wasn't just a case about online rumors. It was a test of what happens when a viral creator weaponizes misinformation. In early filings, Ashley represented herself, arguing that her statements were protected under the First Amendment, that they were results of psychic intuition. But defamation law doesn't work that way. Free speech doesn't protect lies presented as facts, especially when those lies damage a person's reputation. I am currently dealing with a defamation case of my own, so I am fairly familiar with how defamation law works. This case dragged on through 2023, with Guilliard repeatedly refusing to take her videos down, even after being served official court documents. The court documents showed that she ignored cease and desist letters and continued posting after police publicly cleared Schofield of any involvement. That continued posting was cited by the judge as later evidence of reckless disregard for the truth. In 2024, a judge ruled that the case could proceed to trial, an extremely rare step in a defamation case involving private citizens. It showed that the court believed Schofield's claims and merit. And now, in 2025, the case still lingers in the legal system, as Guilliard continues posting videos and YouTube content, insisting she's the real victim. So who is Ashley Guilliard? To understand how we got here, you have to know a little bit more about Ashley. Before all of this, she wasn't a psychic detective. She was a self-help author and online personality who built a small following by posting about spirituality, intuition, and manifestation. According to her old bios, she graduated from Harvard Extension School and continued an education program and not Harvard College. She started mixing motivational content with supported psychic readings, and after Idaho murders hit the news, she pivoted hard into crime solving through intuition. But the thing is, none of it held up. No evidence, no corroboration, no connection between her and the case. Every detail she claimed was provably false. The federal judge summarized it plainly. Guilliard presented no admissible evidence to support her claims. All her narratives, from the alleged affair to her invented Jack Decor, who she says was the killer, were deemed false and defamatory. Even her followers began to turn on her, commenting things like, "This is dangerous," and "You're going to ruin someone's life." And in her words, "I'm doing God's work. If I'm wrong, he'll tell me."
Imagination.
That kind of conviction mixed with delusion is exactly what makes this story terrifying. For Professor Schofield, this wasn't just about reputation, it was about safety. News outlets confirmed that she had received death threats. Her image and name circulated across Reddit and Twitter threads. Students whispered rumors on campus. Even though police repeatedly stated she was not a suspect, the accusations kept spreading. And in today's algorithm-driven world, it doesn't matter what's true. It matters what gets clicks. Ashley's videos were shared, duetted, and commented on thousands of times. Each interaction boosted him further into public consciousness. And by the time most viewers realized the claims were false, the damage was already irreversible. The court acknowledged the severe reputational harm and emotional harm caused by Guilliard's videos. It also allowed punitive damages to move forward, finding a reasonable likelihood that her conduct was malice and oppressive. This story isn't isolated. TikTok has seen a wave of so-called psychic detectives claiming to solve cold cases through divination, tarot, or spiritual connection. Listen, we have had stuff like this happen for decades at this point. Decades. People claiming to know where the bodies are, or people claiming to know who the killer is, or people, claiming to have like remote viewing and seeing these things happen. And you can believe it if you want to. The fact is, we have no empirical evidence to support any of it. It cannot be used as evidence in any sort of cases, especially when you have actual police doing actual police work. Many of these creators gain huge followings, monetize their accounts, and sell readings or merch. But when tragedy becomes a trend, the dead become content, and we all lose something. The Idaho case was one of the worst examples of parasocial exploitation. A real-life murder investigation turned into a viral guessing game, with innocent people caught in the crossfire. And TikTok's algorithm rewarded it every step of the way. Even after Schofield's lawsuit, many similar creators still post psychic crime readings, claiming to speak to victims or suspects with zero evidence. The Schofield v. Guilliard ruling sets a federal precedent. Psychic or intuitive claims accusing real people of crimes are not protected speech under the First Amendment. As of today, Ashley Guilliard's TikTok has been banned. Her YouTube channel remains active, where she continues to claim that she is spiritually targeted by Schofield's lawyers. Her pinned videos still insist that she's telling the truth, and she's hinted at writing a book about her experiences. Meanwhile, Rebecca Schofield continues to teach at the University of Idaho, still dealing with the fallout of a lie spread faster than truth could catch it. This isn't a story about psychic abilities, it's a story about accountability and the cost of a false conviction. Ashley Guilliard didn't just misread a tarot reading. She named a living person and accused them of murder, and never stopped even when faced with proof and legal action. This is the dark side of social media, where one person's delusion becomes another's nightmare. As creators, as viewers, and as a society, we have to decide what kind of stories we're willing to believe, because sometimes the real horror isn't ghosts or demons, it's people who think they're chosen by God, and that destroys lives because of it. I'm Stone Rock. This has been TikTok's worst psychic. If you appreciate calling out fake paranormal or psychic grifts, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, ring my ding dong. That way you're notified whenever I upload new content. It really helps fight the algorithm, and it gets this stuff out there to more people. I'm trying some new stuff lately. I'm sure you longtime subs have noticed that. I'm kind of pivoting away from cryptids and stuff like that. We're still going to cover a lot of that stuff, but I'm at a point where I've been doing this for a year and we've not really grown past the year. I'm looking to reach more and to get the algorithm moving more. I'm looking to get more impressions and bring in more people to the channel. So bear with me while we're going through some stuff where we're trying to figure stuff out. I want to remain in the paranormal where I'm at. It's just that like the storytelling and stuff like that, I know people love it, but it's not bringing anybody in. So we're trying some stuff here. Work with me. We're going to get through it. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, check out the merch bar down below. Pick yourself up a dope hoodie. There's a jogger pants down there. There's coffee cups. There's notebooks. There's stickers, t-shirts. If you want to support the channel even more directly, there's a PayPal link in the bio. There will be a PayPal link in the description of this video. You can always buy me more energy drinks if you want to. Like I said, today we're drinking Venom. It's bottom shelf, but actually it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm going to get off here. I've got a video to go record with Jordan, so I'm going to go do that. But I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye. Have a great time.